Hey, welcome to Watch and Waiting on the Lord. Today is December 10th. Today's video is one that I feel convicted to do. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but it needs to be done. I've said this before, but I didn't really. Maybe I did. Maybe I just don't remember. This is about the whoredom of Christian YouTubers. And before I even say anything, I know anyone who watches this is going to probably be like some who say, finally, someone's saying it. And on the other hand, someone might be doing it and saying, well, you know, who is it for you to judge? And all this different stuff. But I can tell you, my discernment is proper. I know. And what I dislike more than anything is when they try to throw a verse out at you. They say, well, the Bible doesn't say this, the Bible doesn't say that. That's when you have to use your proper judgment. So judge not lest ye be judged. Am I in that position to say that? Right? So many people don't understand what that means, because people inside the body of Christ can judge. I can judge. I know the Bible. I can judge. I'm in the body of Christ. But it would be stupid of me to judge you. So you know, a lot of Christians don't know. You have to keep reading to understand that it goes further than judge not lest ye be judged. It says, or the same measure will be judged upon you. So if I tell you, you know, you're committing whoredom, you're being Babylon by selling merchandise and doing certain other things, making ads on your videos, then if I'm doing or have done anything like that, then I'm stupid. That makes me stupid. That makes me a hypocrite. But I'm not doing that. I'll tell you a quick story. Excuse me. I'll tell you a quick story. When I believed in the pre-tribulation rapture, which, I don't know, wasn't even that long ago, I started making videos. I'm like, you know, the time is coming, we're going to be raptured, all this. And I made a video, and it got like, I don't know, maybe 15,000 hits. It was probably the most hits I've ever had in a video. It was. And my subscriber was going way up. I'm like, oh, you know, when it gets to 1,000, should I, because it was making up that way very quickly. And I'm like, you know, should I do ads and stuff? But I wasn't thinking of money for myself, okay? And I'm being honest with you. And I even wrote some people, and I said, if it gets like that, you know, what do you do? I wrote people who have, people who I watched, who I no longer watch, some of them, because of stuff like this. I wrote them. I said, you know, is it good to, you know, should I donate this? You know, put up ads, donate this? But then I came across a video, and it was Curb Ministries, and I mean, he does wholesome videos and stuff. I'm not saying I agree with everything, because, you know, yeah, no, he's got a good message, but he chose, instead of making, what is it, like 600,000, it was either a month, oh, it's got to be per month, I think, for ad revenue. He chose not to. I even sent him a long message saying, hey, listen, you know, just open a donor box, and with a born again, you know, get some born again Christians and make them do audits and stuff and give that stuff to the poor, because that'd be good. Don't do ads, because, okay, so that's what that's with that. So I mean, if you're going to donate to the poor, you got a donation thing and stuff. I'll make it very clear with donations, okay? This is just me. This is just me. Is the worker worth his wages? So when it comes to donations, I remember I wrote an article just like 2 weeks ago, and someone says, Dave, you can't judge their heart. And the question is, number one, what does God have to do with money? You and money, right? Well, pastors make money and stuff like that, and I'm a YouTube creator. This is about God. This isn't about you. This is not about you. I think you know that. The donation one is the one that I'm not like. For me myself, I won't do that unless it was directly for the poor. People who aren't doing well. I mean, there's other means to try to. Why don't make another channel? Why does it have to be God? Why do you have to use God for money? Pardon me a second. I have to take breaks in my videos if you haven't seen me. It's because of my stomach. Just give me a sec. Now, this message is for everyone, but I'm speaking especially to people who are pure, who are keeping God's commandments, who are born-again Christians. You know the verse in your head very well about the den of thieves and don't make my house a house of, a money. And that's exactly what you're doing. So, you got merchandise. So I was watching a video last night, and this guy, and I subscribed to him. The first things I was saying in his video was, buy my merch, and the way that he begins his video was with like rap. Okay, what does God have to do with rap? What if I began my video here with let's say Rob Zombie or White Zombie? You'd be pretty quick to turn away, wouldn't you? I would say that rap has been a lot worse on society than heavy metal in terms of shootings, rapings, lootings, money, this, that, and the other. Like, I feel like, I'm not joking, I feel cut to the heart about this. Why not just make it pure? Like, last night I was listening to a person, and it started with like a rap tune at the beginning, and then he started talking about his merchandise, and but then he was like the purest person. He had the most wise words I heard in a long time. I'm just like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing? And you're making excuses in your head of why you're doing it. Why not make a separate platform? You know what? If that's you and you're watching me, you're looking at me and you're probably hating me. It's a demon inside you, and it's a demon of Babylon. It's a demon of money. So the prime example to me is that Joe Kirby. He said, so picture this. So I saw a video this morning, and it was a guy talking about the same thing I'm talking about, except I'm saying it out loud a little bit more than this guy. He was talking about ads, ad revenue. Number one, will you do videos about God without making money? If so, go do some. Only God knows your heart. I'm not saying this is everyone. This is everyone's heart, just to use God as a stepping stone. But think about what you're doing. You're going to be judged for that. Like those are going to be looked at, okay? I'm not talking works in this. Don't think that God isn't going to look at you for that, okay? When you put ads on a video, those ads, and I heard this guy say this morning that made me want to do this now. He said, well, you know, you can do preferences of what ads they're going to see, but it doesn't always turn out that way. I'm sure probably in most cases we know how cutthroat and brutal this. What does YouTube do now? I use ad blocker, so but they're almost beating that now. It's like, you know, where it used to be one ad, it's now 2 ads before you hit skip. But think about this. This is what you're doing. Okay, here's a good comparison. I'll say this and I'll make a good comparison. This is what you're doing. You're making something. Say you're a born-again Christian, you're giving an awesome message, but at the beginning, before you even talk, they watch an ad. They're coming to your video because they're suicidal, because they're into pornography, they're into stealing, and they want to stop. But all of a sudden an ad comes up and there's this woman half naked, and they look and they see, and this is what Joe Kirby said too. So he didn't say this exactly, but this is what he means. You see a woman in a bikini, and you know, you can see like half her boobs on the side. You decide to turn off the video, go out, do porn, go steal. You get my point. Pardon me a sec. I can't even barely think, but I just don't think it's fitting for the Lord. Oh yeah, I get my point. Pardon me a sec, and then I'm going to finish this off quick. I'm in a rush today. You say to yourself, well, you know, you give yourself whatever kind of excuses. Now consider yourself, you're an advertisement for God. I'm not talking about those advertisements, but everywhere you go as a born-again Christian, you're representing God. You're a representative of God to show other people what another Christian should be like. So let's just say, because this is what it is, your YouTube channel is a church. Okay? Your YouTube channel is a church. So before I can even walk in your church, I gotta hit the ad. It could be something about a gun if it's the United States, because they sell guns openly. It could be about naked women. It could be about whatever type of music. Then I walk in your church. Hey, there's some band music. It's rap or heavy metal, like More Human Than Human. Can you imagine them playing that from White Zombie before you even get into the message? It's very mixed. Remember, God says, if your right eye makes you sin, pluck it out and throw it in the fire, for it's better to enter the kingdom of heaven blind. They don't mean literally do that, but you get the point, right? It's better than that than to enter into hell. You're sending the wrong message of what you can do. You know, your message may be very pure, and I'm not trying to do that. There are some very good people out there, but you know exactly what I'm saying, and I'll tell you right now, I don't get many listeners, many viewers, and one of the reasons is I don't try to do clickbait titles anymore. When I started it, I wanted people to see it. I wanted to give a good pure message, but I was using like clickbait titles. But let's just say all of a sudden I got 10,000 subs, or I got to 1,000. I'm not going to hit ads, okay? Number one, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put rap music. I'm not going to put heavy metal at the beginning of my thing, and I'm sure as heck not going to sell anything on my videos. And this is what happened to me. I'm not joking you. I have another channel, okay, called Dave Keller. That's my other channel. I talk about pain and all sorts of stuff on there. And on there, I can, do. I don't even know why I just said that. Sorry, I have a lot of pain, so my mind goes off. Yes, that's why I said that. From, let's just say 6 years ago till now, I've made 2,000 videos. 2,000. I've only made I think this may be my 100th video on this. In all that time, I've never had like a trouble uploading, except for how slow it would be, right? I gotta make sure this is even, yeah, it's recording. Never had an issue. Like when I go to look at the video in my computer system, 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago, and you can see if you watch my videos, I started to talk about, what was I talking about? I mentioned something. Yes, I'm trying to start a business where I'm trying to help people with intractable pain, terminal cancer pain, all types of pain. And I just mentioned it in my video. And I was kind of being hypocritical, but I love helping people, okay? And it is for money. And I said it. And I went to upload it. I can see the numbers counting down right now, or counting up, sorry, of this video. And it was just fine. I knew it was. When I went in to look, the video was there, but it showed a black mark over it. Never had I seen this before. I knew right then that it was because I was being hypocritical. God was stopping me. That's how I feel. Don't make the house of God a den of Pharisees and Sadducees. That's my message for today. I have another message, actually, just for a person I was talking to. I just wanted to say this very quickly. I don't want to bring all, like my other channel is for pain, but I do like helping people. So what I'm talking about with spinal inflammation, if you've had spinal steroid shots in your spine, you've had surgeries over the years, the possibility of failed back surgery syndrome, having after that much issues with your spine, you could have inflammation, and there's only so many people who are willing to look at that on an MRI, and I know one of the only people in the world who is willing to do that. And anyway, so that's my offer to you, and sorry if I don't get to your message because I'm quite busy right now, but the offer is there. A lot of people, there's an epidemic because this is what I have is considered to be a rare disease, adhesive arachnoiditis. It just means inflammation of the spine. Your nerve roots becomes adhesive, means adhere. Arachnoiditis means inflammation of the spine. Adhesive means the nerve roots build up scar tissue, and they eventually start to stick together by scar tissue, stick to the wall of the canal, and it becomes adhesive. Adhere, that's where it becomes that, and they won't identify it. That's why I went 13 years not having that diagnosis. I couldn't even walk. So I've had a person diagnosed because I know how to spot it in people, but when I read things like what you said, that perks up my ears. People who get spinal steroid injections, epidurals, who have got shot in their spine, all of a sudden they know something wrong. There's something wrong with their legs, or they got pains and tingles, and it's a horrible thing to start to experience. And anyway, so you get it right, and you can look that up. So anyways, God bless everyone.